Hey guys, it's Kevin, and this is my review for Pretty Little Liars, Season 5, Episode 22, To Plea or Not to Plea, and wow, this was yet another amazing episode, and just, I cannot wait for the season finale. Like, each episode, ever since last week, actually, no, like, the reveal with Mona, ever since that, I've been anticipating the finale more and more and more, and just, the finale is going to be amazing. It's going to be. This was by far the best episode of the season. I mean, so much game-changing stuff happened in this episode. First of all, I think this was the most I cared for Ali out of any episode. Really, it was, and I really want to talk about that. So, let's just get in this episode because it was absolutely amazing, and just, wow, just every episode's getting better and better now. And I definitely feel from here on out, every episode is going to be better than the last. So Ali meets with her lawyer, who discouraged her from taking the stand in Mona's murder trial because she's not believable and has no one to cooperate where she was at the time of the killing. And she insisted someone else could testify that she was set up, but was forced to consider a plea bargain. If you don't know what that means, it basically means that you have to basically admit to killing someone that you did not kill, and just Sasha Pierte's acting in this scene was amazing, and she's insisting, basically, she'll get 15 years in prison and possibly be released in 10. But the alternative is that she'll potentially be facing life without parole. So Ali returns to her cell, and she has no idea what to do. She's freaking out. She's like, I didn't kill Mona. You have no idea what you're talking about. And it's understandable why she's freaking out. I mean, she didn't kill Mona, and they're all upset at her and everything. Of course, she has to basically admit to something she did not do, so it really is pissing her off, and it makes sense why. I mean, if you would admit to something you didn't do, I would definitely be as upset as Ali is, especially with something like that. That really sucks that she has to do that, but if she wants to get out of prison, sometimes you just have to do things that you really don't want to do. I can understand that, and it's really sad that that happened to her, but, she had to do that. So she really is not sure if she should be doing this, so basically, she returns to her cell, though, and she finds in disarray, "Take the plea," painted all over the wall, and that is just so creepy that we saw that. She is, she has no idea what she's gonna do. Now, she did want to do this for one, she did want to possibly do this plea bargain for one condition, and that is, have nicer girls in the cell, because the girls are not nice to her. They're mean, they're rude, they're annoying, she doesn't like them, and to be honest, I think she definitely is more classy than them. I have to say, Ali is definitely a classy. I wouldn't say she's classy, but she definitely is getting classier. Like, she hasn't been classy, but she definitely is getting classier. I think really what that's supposed to show is just that she is becoming better than them, and that's what she ultimately used to be. And she's not like that anymore. And that is what she used to be. She's not like that anymore. And now she is a completely different person. And it really just goes into the whole she's trying to change herself and things like that. I think that really is what that whole fits into. And I think that was a very well done scene, the way we saw that when she was talking to to the lawyer and everything. So, later in the laundry room, she finds herself suddenly alone, and she lets out an earth-shattering scream when someone startled her. We don't know what happened, but she was left bleeding. So that's kind of weird. So it was enough to make her call her attorney. She has no idea what's going on. Obviously, she's just bleeding. She doesn't know what's going on there. And she's saying she'll take the deal if she can be moved to a safer facility. So I like that she, as I said, admitted to that because, I mean, there was blood. Now, I'm assuming that she was stabbed. That's what I'm assuming happened. So, Mrs. Hastings, of course, told her that she would work with her, and she comes over. However, she discouraged her from taking the deal and sacrificed one of her friends in the process because then we get into the biggest part of this episode, which is actually focused on Hanna. And this is really interesting because the police are building a case against Hanna, believing she was actually Ali's accomplice, accomplice. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I don't know how to, I can't say that word. Accomplice. I don't know how to say the word. Basically, that she was the one that ratted out on Ali. That's what they basically think that she did. That she was the one that narked on her and framed her and everything. So they basically think that Hannah's the one that did it, which is understandable because I mean but the thing is though, Hannah did not have long hair at the time, so it can't be Hannah because as I said, the person that killed Mona, had long, straight hair, and the only person I can think of that did that was Cece. So Mrs. Hastings broke the news to Ashley and revealed that bone fragments were indeed found in the storage bin that the police saw Hanna near. And I like that Ashley and Mrs. Hastings are starting to figure out what's going on there, because they need to know. I mean, Ashley definitely needs to know what's going on with her daughter. She's been honest with her. Hannah needs to be honest, with her. So I can understand why that whole thing happened, and I thought that was very interesting. So basically, Ashley's demanding that she come clean with her, and Hannah explained the history of the storage unit. And it's really hard for Hannah to say. She really does not want to tell her about the storage unit, which I think is understandable, definitely. The whole thing with her not wanting to tell her about the storage unit. I can totally understand why she did not want to tell her. So basically, that's, that was really bad for Hannah, just having to tell her what happened. I felt so bad that Hannah had to tell her. So Toby later tells Caleb that a judge issued a warrant for Hannah's arrest, and she wanted to run. So Caleb insisted that, instead suggested that she tell the police all about A, and Hannah's refusing to do that, because she doesn't want to fear retaliation. She's worried that if she does that, A will do something bad to her, and the rest of the girls are going to be affected. And I like that Hannah is concerned about the other girls, but I mean, it is the best thing to do, probably. I mean, her fear is that Ali will be arrested, and she'll be arrested, then Aria, then Emily, then Spencer, which I kind of fear is going to happen at this point. I don't know. The way this episode ends, I kind of feel like that's the direction we're heading in. I really do, definitely. I don't know if that's true, but I just feel like that could definitely be a possibility. I don't know. Also, I forgot to say, Spencer's mom also told Ashley that Hannah was visiting Ali in jail. So I'm happy she told her that as well, because she needed to know about that, which I'm happy she told her about. So basically, Toby then what happens there is that she reluctantly goes to the police station, ready to show Detective Tanner all the evidence on her cell phone. Just as someone hacks into it, wipes it clean, there's nothing there, which is very strange how there's nothing there, but somehow there's nothing on her cell phone. Why there's nothing on her cell phone, I don't know, but there's nothing on her cell phone. She has no evidence. She can't prove that any of this is going on, and basically I think A did this to screw her over. A somehow hacked into her cell phone and screwed her over. So that's what happened there. So Emily, in the meantime, is telling Aria that Aria should seek out Ezra to find out if he knows who Varjak is, because if you remember, Ezra and Ali had that whole conversation. If you remember last year, Ezra, Ali used the name, Ezra used the name Varjak with Ali for a very long time when they were, quote-unquote, dating before, when that happened. So he did much research for his book, and before she could, Emily saw Andrew leave Aria a note. Now, I gotta say, I'm really studying Andrew carefully. Someone left me a comment that Andrew seemed very suspicious in the last episode, and I have to say, I can totally understand that, because he seems more and more suspicious as these episodes go on, definitely. I think Andrew is definitely a possible suspect of what could really be going on there, and I definitely would not trust Andrew. Like, if there's anyone I don't trust, it's Andrew. Obviously, I don't trust Andrew. I don't think Andrew's a trustworthy person, and I think that Aria needs to get the hell away from him. So Aria tells, I like that Aria was honest with Ezra. She's forced to admit that they kissed the night before, and Aria said she got caught up in the moment, pushed Emily to talk Ezra herself, and Ezra unfortunately never saw the name Varjak before, which is kind of strange. I mean, he never saw the name Varjak before, except on Ali's fake passport. So other than that, he has no idea who Varjak could be. So since everything Mona's supposed lawyer gave Hannah was really just a plant by A, he suggested they confront the man for answers. Basically the one that was Mona's fake lawyer. Because, we're just going to admit that he's not really, we're going to basically suppose that he's not really a lawyer. That's what we're going to think. We're going to assume that. So Ezra demanded to know who really hired him, and the attorney refused to name names, even when Ezra threatened to go to the police. And I was surprised that he didn't tell him the names, because, Ezra's saying, I'm going to go to the police and tell them, and he's not listening. So Ezra, Emily, and Aria then trailed the lawyer to a gate location, but Emily was the only one who made it in before the fence closed and went to investigate. They're unaware there was actually a surveillance camera there, and a police delivery receipt revealed it was indeed the residence of a Varjak and saw the lawyer in the house emptying a safe and retrieving a gun. So Ezra and Aria had their real first talk in weeks, as Emily explored. And after he saw Andrew sent her a text, which basically said, "Congrats on the killing test, beautiful," he of course wanted to know who Andrew was. And again, as I said, Aria admits him what happened and everything, and I'm happy that she did, because she should have, because it was the right thing to do. And the next day, Aria admits to Ezra that she was actually avoiding him, because while she doesn't blame him for anything, she missed out in high school. Basically, he talks about how he thinks when she goes away to college that she should be single and everything. And Ezra agrees, and I like that she said that, because yeah, she should be single. I mean, it's probably the best thing for her to be single. I definitely agree with what she says, but you can definitely see a look on Ezra's face. He's really upset, but here's what I'm saying. Ezra, you said this to her a couple of episodes ago, so why are you upset about this? I don't know exactly. I think maybe just because Ezra didn't want to think of it as a possibility, but it was I think it was always in the back of his mind, but I just don't think Ezra really thought about it. So Ezra agrees, tells her that if they're going to end it, they should do it now, and basically she tells him that she can't imagine his life without him, and he replies that she doesn't have to. She wants her in his too, and they'll figure something out. So I'm going to say they're basically on hold right now. They don't know where they should be. They don't really have an exact place where they are right now. I don't know where to exactly say they are, but they definitely need to figure out where they want to, what they're going to do in their relationship, because they need to figure out something, definitely. It's very awkward between the two, and they need to figure something out. It's going to be hard for them, but they need to figure something out. So meanwhile, let's finally go to Spencer. Spencer remains in London, where Melissa was back from her trip. And, of course, whenever Melissa's back, things don't end well. Because whenever Melissa's back, there was, like, a crazy fight or something like that. And she's back from her trip with Ren. And Spencer was slated for an interview at St. Andrews, when she wanted to go home to be with her friends through the Ali drama and to work things out with Toby. So she's convinced to stay. However, Spencer became excited because Melissa's roommate Collin invited her to see Hamlet at the Shakespeare Theater, which I thought was interesting. We found out that Spencer was such a big fan of that. She said one of her goals on her bucket list was to go to the Shakespeare Theater, and she always wanted to see Hamlet. So I thought that was kind of fun to see. So, but before the outing, she and Melissa have a very serious talk about her sacrifice, and they vowed to start over from a place of honesty. And I like that they decided to do that, because it is the best thing for them to do. I mean, they've been through so much drama, they've been through so much together, that maybe it is just best for them to start over a little bit. Definitely, where they are right now, I think that is the best thing to do. So, basically, I thought that was very good, and Spencer and Collin then bond over beer and following the play, and he encouraged her to start over, and things quickly go from fun to flirting, and they kiss back at the apartment, and I guess Johnny's out of the picture because she just kissed Collin. So basically she kissed Collin, and now Spencer becomes very worried about this because of everything with Toby and everything, and also because of Hannah's issues, because she finds out very quickly about Hannah's issues. And Melissa's forced to reveal that their mom never actually set up another interview, because of course she seemed very skeptical of something. Spencer's mom definitely seemed like she knew something last week. I didn't know what she knew. I didn't know she knew about the attack or whatever. We find out what it is in this episode. Basically, we find out that their mom never actually set up another interview. Instead, they were keeping her out of Rosewood to avoid her being entangled in Allie's plea deal. Now, Spencer's furious about this, which is understandable, and I can understand why she's so furious. I mean, just the fact that they left her out of that. I mean, they didn't want her to get involved. They want her to focus on college. I can understand that. But her mother is way too focused on that. I mean, I understand that she wants her to get good grades and everything. She wants to become a good student. That's cool. I understand that. Spencer wants that as well. But these are her friends we're talking about. She should at least lets Spencer know what's going on with her friends, and that's really is manipulative and maniacal that they did that to her. So Spencer's furious, she storms out. Melissa's crying that she was just trying to protect her, and I understand that, but there comes a point when you don't get to protect her. There's certain things you can't protect her from. Okay, Spencer's always going to be concerned about her friends, and that's something that Melissa needs to realize. Even though Melissa doesn't want her to be, she's always going to be concerned about her friends, and she needs to understand that. So then we get to the crazy stuff, which, wow, this just got insane what happened here, and I love this. I thought this was amazing. So Ezra, Aria, and Emily, they're all talking, and they're trying to figure out what's, Caleb, Ezra, Aria, and Emily, they're all trying to figure out what happened, and they quickly find out that Hanna was actually arrested. But this was interesting. It's not because Ali took the plea bargain, which she actually didn't take the plea bargain. She didn't name Hanna as her, as her accomplice, but because Detective Tanner, this I found to be really interesting. Detective Tanner found the clothes Ramona's murder had Hannah's blood on it, and basically that is why Hanna is going to jail. So I don't know how that works out, but I think whatever happened, A somehow put the blood. I don't want to think that Hanna is A. I've always had this possibility that one of the girls could be A. I've always had that theory. I don't think that really goes with this, though. I don't think that would really make sense here. So there's no way that Hanna's A. I'm going to say that right now. There's no way that Hanna's A. I'm not going to say that she's A because there's just no way. However, I do have to say that, Ali doing this to Hanna, if she were to do this, she kind of deserves it, I'd have to say. I mean, Hannah's been the most cruel to Ali. She told her she wants nothing to do with her, and I really felt bad for her. I really felt bad for Ali in this episode, so Ali doing this to Hanna, she kind of deserves it. As I said, definitely. I mean, Ali really feels upset for what they did to her. They were really rude to her. They thought of her as this murderer. They didn't believe a word she said, so this is kind of karma, I have to say. If all the girls end up in jail, it's karma. It really is. It's not just A, it's karma. That's what this is about. Now, again, as I said before, I understand that the liars were upset, that they thought Ali was A because of paranoia. That's really what that was all about, because they couldn't think of anyone else being A. I understand that. But what they did to her, still, karma's coming their way. I am going to say that right now. Karma's coming their way, and it's not going to end well. So Caleb, Ezra, Ari, and Emily band together to help get Hanna out, but their phones end up getting hacked too, because a new text message follows, and all it says is, let's start with a clean slate. What's weird about it is that Abe got rid of every other text before that. So whoever is hacking into is very good with computers. Now, who's very good with computers? Caleb. Now, I'm not saying that Caleb could be working for A, but maybe one of Caleb's friends could be working for A. Maybe someone I definitely think whoever is A is very good with computers, obviously. And that could be a couple people. I don't know who else is good with computers, but maybe Caleb will be able to find out a way to hack them out of this. Because, I mean, he's very good with computers. He's good with hacking and things like that. So why doesn't Caleb try to figure out what's going on there? I think that'd be the best thing to do. So Emily reveals that she kept the receipt she found with Varjak's phone number on it, and Ezra concluded either Varjak is A or Varjak is helping A, which, I mean, that's basically what makes sense. I mean, there's really no other possibility. Varjak's A or Varjak's helping A. So the end of the episode, you just feel so bad for her. Allie's going to her cell with the other inmates. She told her lawyer, she changed her, and basically Hanna is so upset. You hear all the girls laughing and whistling and hooting and hollering. It seems like the worst time to be in a jail cell, really. That's like the worst place to be. Just all these girls just hooting, hollering. It's not like Orange is the New Black either, where they're all just like vulnerable and you care about them. It's not like that. They're not like a family. These are rude girls. They're not nice girls. And Hanna goes in the jumpsuit, she goes into jail, and I love what Allie did at the end of this. She tells her lawyer that she changed her mind, she's not taking the plea, and I love that, because Allie can now tell Hanna exactly what happened. I mean, she definitely feels bad for Hanna, and I kind of feel like Allie feels like she did this to Hanna, which she didn't, but I definitely feel like Ali feels like she did, and that was a great way to end the episode. Such a great episode. Wow, by far the best episode of the season. That was crazy, and they're saying we're going to find out who A is at the end of this season, but they said we're not going to find out till season 7, so I don't know if that's true. I do feel we're definitely going to get closer to that this season. I can definitely tell we're getting there. Now, there's a lot to talk about, definitely. Ali and Hanna, I definitely feel that dynamic is definitely going to change. I think Ali is going to talk to Hanna, tell her what's been going on, and I want to see what happens there because I like seeing Ali do that for Hanna. That is something that I never thought Ali would do. But of course, Ali's a very different person now. We have to remember. Ali is no longer the spoiled bitch that she was or someone that narcs on everyone. Ali's not really like that anymore. And she really thinks things through because she cares about her friends. I've said this. Ali cares about them. She does. They don't think she does, but she does. She cares about every single one of them, even though they don't think that she does. And I definitely feel Ali does, and Hanna knows that she does, and that right there should tell Hanna that, you know what, she cares about us, and I think that was really great to see. Now, the whole thing with Hannah's blood, I don't know where that's going. Now, here's what I think is going on. Possibly, maybe Katie is A, because I don't see any other possibility than Katie being A. There was nothing else with the beauty. There was nothing with the beauty pageant in this episode. There was nothing with that. No Talia or anything, but I definitely feel a possibility could be Katie. And why do I think Katie could be A? Simply because, I mean, she's tied to Hanna. She would get Ali. I mean, Hanna and Ali were very close. And, of course, if she wanted to play in Hannah's blood, she could go against Ali. I mean, she's very spoiled. So I could definitely see Katie possibly doing this. I could see Katie definitely being a possibility. As I said before, I think A is a group of people. Definitely. I think the person that hacked into the phones is definitely connected to... It really seems like Cyrus is the suspect now. I don't remember if Cyrus is good with computers. You guys can let me know if he is. I don't remember if he is, but I also heard people say possibly Noel. We haven't seen Noel in such a long time that I do not think it's Noel. We have not seen Noel in such a long time. There's no way that it would be Noel. It has to be someone we recently seen. If it's someone we haven't seen for quite a few seasons, I would not be happy with that. Let's talk about Spencer. I felt bad for Spencer, definitely. I mean, they should have been a little bit... Her mother and Melissa, I understand they were trying to protect her, but they should have been a little bit more honest with her. They could have been more honest with her, and they weren't, and they need to be more honest with her, because Spencer needs to know what the status of her friends are, and her friends' concern, things like that. They need to know what's going on there. Varjak, definitely, they need to find out what's going on there. I don't know who Varjak is, but like Ezra said, either Varjak is A or Varjak is working for A. There's no other alternative. It is one of those two things. What it is, I don't know, but it's one of those two, definitely. So I like that they came to that conclusion. Ezra and Aria, they are definitely on hold. They need to figure out what they want to do with their relationship. I personally feel it's best for them to put their relationship on hold. I do. I think that they need some time alone. I think that... they're all moving in different directions. Every single one of these girls moving in different directions. Spencer has kissed 2 guys now, because I believe, did she kiss Johnny? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I think she kissed Johnny. I don't remember. You guys can tell me. Did she kiss... I think she kissed Johnny. I can't remember. It's been a while since we've seen Johnny, so I think she kissed Johnny. Also, her kissing, her kissing Collin... how's Johnny going to react to that? Because Johnny and Spencer definitely seem to be getting very close. And as I said, I like Johnny and Spencer. Do I like Spencer and Collin? Yeah, but we're never going to see Collin again. Because there's no way Spencer's going back to London after what Melissa did to her. I don't think we're ever going to see Collin again. I think Collin was simply a one-and-done thing. So I think Johnny really is going to be the one that Spencer wants to be with. And how's Johnny going to react to that? I don't know. We'll see what happens there. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen there. Is Spencer going to confront her mother? She definitely should. I think she should confront her. She should tell her, look, I understand you want to help me out here, but I need to have my own life. I need to care about my friends. I care about my friends. I want to know what's going on with my friends, and you don't get to butt into my life like this. And I hope Spencer tells that to her straight out, because she should be straight up with her mom. Definitely. She should be straight up with her and tell her that I don't want you to do this to me anymore. She simply does not want it, because she deserves that. She deserves, her mom, she deserves for her mom to be honest with her. I also like that Ashley found out what was going on with Hanna, because it was right for her to find out what was going on there. How is Ashley gonna react to this? I don't know what's gonna happen with Ashley, but there has to be a way to get Hannah in jail. I mean, out of jail. I still kind of feel like all the girls are gonna end up in jail. I don't know how, but I feel like A is just gonna go after each one of them one by one, and something bad is gonna happen to them. Especially with A hacking into their phones. That's never a good thing. Some bad's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but some bad is definitely gonna happen there. But let me know what you guys saw this episode. That's basically all I have to say about this episode. I'll see you guys in my next video. So what do you guys think? Also, Andrew, some people said Andrew could possibly be A. I could definitely see that being a possibility, but I really don't know anymore. I don't think Andrew's a suspect. I definitely think it's Katie is definitely someone that's on my that's on the A radar, definitely. It's Katie and Cyrus. I'm pretty sure Katie and Cyrus, because if Katie, I'm assuming, has blonde hair. That's what I'm assuming. If Katie has blonde hair, then I'm gonna make the assumption right now. If they introduce us to Katie, because I want them to, I want us to see Katie, because if Katie has blonde hair, I think she's A. I do. I think she's the one that killed Mona. She's the one that screwed Hannah over. But definitely, this is by far definitely a partnership. By far, it's a partnership. I mean, there's no way one person can be doing this all by themselves, so it has to be two people working together. And the only two people I can think of are Cyrus and Katie. But that's in my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be my review for tonight's episode of Justified. So I will see you guys for that. Okay, bye.